That was weird. Can you see me? I don't know what happened. That was so weird. You know, the way that's the second time that happened. This weekend. It happened on Friday night and then today. I have no idea. I didn't even get to. Let me see what it said first. Diva. 44%. It had 88 votes. 44% said yes, they believe in second chances. 30% said no. And 26% said it depends. Daniel, you want a new poll question? I like that one. You don't like that one? Or are you asking me to put that same one back? YouTube has been doing that. Right, Desert? I don't know. It's weird. Because it doesn't give you a... It's almost as if it timed out, but it didn't tell us that it was going to time out. You know what I mean? Like how... You know how Zoom does? Like if you get a free Zoom and it just cuts off on you, it's like, thank you. It doesn't say anything. It just ended, which I don't like because I like looking at my stats at the end of the chat. I look at my stats and see, like, you know, how many new subscribers we had, how long people were on for. I'm very much into my analytics. So when it ends like that, it doesn't tell me anything. I don't like it, YouTube. I don't like it. Second chances. So why? Why do you think second chances is wild, Governor? Because think about this. Did we finish the laws? Okay. The law of... Number 5 is the law of rhythm. I'm saying you can have a new poll question now. Last one was good. I've kept randomly lagging. I have no idea. It's still spinning. Okay. So you said once trust is lost, it's over. I look AI generated. Live our lives in parallel lives. Entangled to maintain that entanglement. Okay. So okay. So my only thing is there's a book called The Courage to Be Disliked. And if you read the book, The Courage to Be Disliked, they'll tell you in that story or that book that if you're looking for something, you'll find it, right? Let's say, for instance, we're at a we're out eating at a coffee shop or something, and somebody spills coffee on you, and you instantly get mad and blow up and get angry with them. Well, The Courage to Be Disliked is the book. And in that book, he said, you are actually looking for somebody to fight with. He was like, well, they poured coffee on my new jacket. He's like, you were already in the vibration, in the momentum to be angry at somebody anyway. It didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter if they spilled coffee on your jacket, if they bumped into you, if any of those things happened. You already wanted to do that anyway. You were just looking for somebody to do it too, right? That's road rage, that's all that stuff. So just be mindful. Number 5 is the law of rhythm. Change of the seasons, high, low, like flow of life. Rhythm means you just goes with the flow, right? So the law of rhythm is like winter, spring, right? I'm sorry, winter, yeah, spring, summer, fall. That is the law. What's up, loyalty? What you mean? I'm just going over the 5 or the 7 laws, the most common ones. What you mean? Oh, I don't know if they're still here. I think my monitors are gone. Is Robert still here? Where's Robert fell off? Did he fell asleep? Maybe he got stuck in the other live because it was acting up. Hey, David. Hey, Chris. Not you. I'm talking to the person. Oh, okay, loyalty. Hey, Manu. I am 39 years old. 39. So shout out to all my millennials in the building. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I promise we do not bite, so don't be shy. Hello. Hello, Malcolm. How are you? I know, David. They're one of my favorites, though. We are very health conscious and we eat unhealthy. Like, I don't eat meat or I'm not doing no meat, no sugar. And then for the month of November, I added no bread, no self-rising bread. So I'll do like a flat bread. I'll do like a pita. I'll do like a wrap. Like I had a egg and cheese burrito this morning. So that was my breakfast. But no self-rising flour because I want to get a nice little 6-pack going. So we are team 6-pack and we gotta do what we need to do. David, I am in Florida right now. We both the same age, but both of us look young. I love that. Hey Tony, how are you? How long the bread fast go? Okay, so Governor, I'm gonna do the no bread until Thanksgiving. So when is Thanksgiving? Whatever the day of no Thanksgiving. Right, 50 to 55% portion. See, Daniel, thank you, Dan. Daniel's like a walking computer. Daniel has all the statistics. How do you know all this stuff, Daniel? But he's correct in the fact that bread has a lot of sugar. And because I'm not doing no meat, I'm already not doing the no dairy. It's called Snack and Chat for a reason. So I don't want to do nothing but healthy snacks because my goal is also to get us some sponsorships, some sponsored snacks. So I don't want to be all the overly healthy and only get healthy snacks because I like other stuff too. And I want y'all to, my goal is I can eat this stuff. I don't want you to feel like you can't eat this stuff. Just because I'm very disciplined in my habits doesn't mean that y'all have to be disciplined in your habits too, right? Because I do realize I am online. This is like a public platform, a public figure. So as we grow, people will, follow me and listen to things that I say. And I want you to be able to eat whatever you want if that's what you choose. I would like you to detox. I want you to do parasite cleanses if you're going to eat whatever you want because our food dictates a lot of the way that we act and we have parasites and stuff in our food. So just to be on the safe side, detox, cleanse your body. had chance for real. What you mean? You F had chances for real. I'm not sure what that means. I love you. Hey, Joseph. Oh, it's about football. Team Big Belly. Yeah, so y'all can do whatever y'all want. There are some cultures who think that that a man with a big belly means he got money. Cause he must be eating real good. Cause he got a big belly, so he must got money. There are some African tribes like that. I was like, shit, you can add. Okay. Teach their own. Okay. Number 6. YouTube sweatshirt. Oh, so Big Slim, I got this from YouTube last week. We are on our way, right? We're getting YouTube merch. They allowed me into the YouTube creator community, and I am a part of the YouTube boot camp. So, YouTube membership boot camp. You liked Alabama better than Florida? That's very interesting to me. What part of Alabama? Hey, Governor. Yes, I'm plant-based. Nice, Governor. Governor. I'm glad that you're vegan because we don't. I think you may be the first vegan in our chat. Besides me, I used to be vegan, and I say it because I've been eating vegetarian. Meaning I've been doing eggs all year. So, but I like to say I do vegetarian when I travel. But I've been traveling since January. So now I just say vegetarian. But if I'm with somebody who is really good at cooking and who is doing vegan, and I wasn't moving so much, then I would just do strictly vegan. What I noticed was when I did no sugar, the dairy didn't affect me as much. Used to be, I stopped doing dairy because it would make me so congested. I was always sneezing. I was always coughing. I don't like going to sleep and not being able to breathe. But when I stopped doing the no sugar, the dairy never became a problem after that. And I just noticed that like 2 months ago. I was like, oh my gosh, I can eat all this stuff now, all this cheese, and not have any side effects from it. So I just went to Wiley and her family. We went to Cold Stone Creamery, I think. Is that it? Cold Stone Creamery. And I was like, I'm not doing any sweets. And she was like, well, we'll find you the one with no sugar. And I was like, okay, fine. And so I tried the vanilla, no sugar added some peanuts to it, ate all of it, and had no side effects. I'm like, what is in the added sugar? That is the only thing that I have changed. Is I've stopped doing the regular sugar and the added sugar. The only time I do a little bit of added sugar is when I'm eating my what do you call it? My cashews with my vanilla cashews. Y'all be safe out there. I don't know what's in the added sugar. Man. Kimchi. I have had a little bit of kimchi. Not a lot of kimchi. Hey, Savannah. Okay, you're from Be More. You don't know what ore is? I don't know what that means. Do you cleanse yourself of parasites? Every 90 days is your friendly. So, the one, what I've been doing recently is before I left, before I moved out of my house in January, I would do like my own enemas at home. I would do those at least every 3 to 6 months just to be able to clean my system out. And then I started learning more about the parasite cleanse in the last 6 months or so because I'm traveling and I like bounce around. I've just been doing black seed oil, and I make sure that there, now if you're wanting to eradicate everything completely, you would do wormwood, black walnut oil, black seed oil, and oregano oil. However, I'm just doing the black seed oil. I do it, maybe I have a container of it that I do maybe like every 2 or 3 days. And I have not done it in the last probably 3 or 4. So I need to put a couple drops because I like to get the aluminum and the heavy metal out of my system. Love wonders. Thank you, David. Look at the coffee. That's cute. Who was that? Oh, that was so cute. Thank you so much. Oh, bro. Hello, Rooney. Thank you, Rooney. I'm in Florida. What made you go plant-based? Governor said, what made me go plant-based? I did let me see if I can find y'all. Hold on. Because this is not working. Let me go out. I literally see me eat. Yes, mac and cheese is vegetarian. Yes. Programmed to violate the law. Huh? What do you mean? Could you do fish? I could do fish. I just don't choose to do fish. I don't want to. Sugar withdrawals are real. Ooh, Governor, listen. Thankfully, it didn't affect me because I wasn't not a big sugar person. But once you realize that's what you're doing and you start pulling away from it, you notice how often you don't have the desire to eat. The only time I'm really, really hungry is if I've had something that had a little bit of sugar in it. So in the mornings, like the last 2 mornings, Wiley has asked me, hey, do you want some tea? And I was like, I guess because it's getting colder now. But I used to be big on tea. Thank you, Starlight. I used to be big on tea, and I would put how many things of sugar, right? Boom, 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 boom. 5 and 6 probably things of sugar, at least. Now she said, well, how much, what do you want in it? And I said, oh, well, maybe let's just do a teaspoon of honey. Never in my entire life have I ever only had a teaspoon of anything in my tea. Nothing. My agave, I was like, agave. Now, I put 1 teaspoon because a tablespoon of honey is equivalent to 17 grams of sugar, total sugar. No added sugar, but total sugar. And I was like, ooh, that's a lot. So I put 1 teaspoon, and I have been okay with that. I'm shocked at myself. I'm like, girl, you've grown out here. I probably could do to make it perfectly like the right amount of sweetness, maybe like a teaspoon and a half of honey. But I'm good. I've been doing so far so good. So I'm gonna keep that up. Hey Damien. Hey Quashay. Happy Sunday, Charisse. Hey Quashay. Thank you, Starlight, for the jewels. Thank you, Starlight, for the Starflight. Thank you, Starflight, for the latte. I love that. Okay, Dwan said he loves oil of oregano. And somebody asked me about, thank you, is it LeVar Bro? Hey, Garth. What's up, Garth? I try to use monk fruit. Oh, you like monk fruit? Okay, I don't think I've had monk fruit just yet. I have not had monk fruit. I'm trying to think what that looks like. Because I'm thinking about jackfruit, but jackfruit and monk fruit are not the same thing. Okay. Hey Daryl. I've been asking you to call me for weeks now. Daryl, I am not calling anybody. I'm not calling anybody. Sugar draw the real, the bluff real. Could you do fish? Okay. Oh, Governor said what made me go plant based. So 3.5 years ago, I started. Let me back up. For the last 10 or so years, I have done vegetarian or vegan for 3 weeks out the year, and then I would do 1 week of meat, and then I would go back. I started What the Health many years ago, and I was like, ew, yuck, I'm done. I'm done. I let pork go that night. I was like, I'm done. I've never been a big meat eater anyway, and I have been doing that off and on for so long anyway. And in 2022, I went on a detox. It was called Detox Your Life. I went to Costa Rica. We did 5-day fast, no food, just water and the supplements and the nutrients that was provided on the retreat. And then after that, once it ended, I went back and I immediately had dairy that night that we finished. Everybody else went back to eating meat, and I said, no, let me just do something a little light, like fettuccine alfredo. Within, I want to say 15, I want to say maybe 10-15 minutes of eating the fettuccine alfredo, I was like, I felt my body go boom. I felt tired. I felt sluggish. I felt bloated. I was gassy. I was like, oh my gosh. And I never realized how fast food will tell you, your body will tell you if they don't like something. Like your body will literally tell you, ooh, I don't like this. And you may not realize exactly what it is in that moment because you're too busy like eating, talking, enjoying the food or whatever. When your throat starts to feel a little scratchy, you start itching and stuff, and you don't necessarily think, you be thinking, oh, because I'm outside, oh, I'm allergic to this, or I'm allergic to that. No, it's because the food you ate is having a reaction to your body, and so now you're thinking you're allergic to something. It always started with the food. It was always the food. But that, but if you, let's say you eat, like I said, the fettuccine alfredo, and then you go to sleep, and then you wake up, and now you're congested, and then you go outside and you're sneezing. You're like, oh, I must be allergic to outside. No, you're allergic to the food that you ate, and the food that you ate is not compatible with nature. Okay, so it's like the other way around. We always think of the symptoms first. The symptoms are not the cause. There's something else that caused your symptoms before you got them. Gemini showing. Thank you, Loyalty. I love being a Gemini. Absolutely love it. Literally had mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. That's my favorite. I'm definitely vegetarian. Now, I love mac and cheese. Listen, I would stay vegetarian if I like being vegetarian though. I really do. I really like veggies. I do. I do. But I could go back. I could go back vegan. But I'm enjoying my vegetarian life. Okay, listen. Now, if I get married or if I find a boo and he wants to cook vegan stuff all the time, I'm cool with that too. Listen, I'm cool either way. As long as the belly is full. Listen, I only weigh like 100 pounds soaking wet. You gonna have to feed me. Okay, let's see here. Glad you're being healthy. Hello, Lede. Hey, Daryl. What do you want, Raheem? Tell me, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Let me tell you something. Do you remember that video? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hey, Raheem. Hello, well then I don't know what that means. Hey, Hope. Yes, you can tell me something. Well then, you don't know this. They have monk fruit as a sweetener. They dry it out as alternate. Oh, like kind of like agave. Is monk fruit better than agave? Hey, South. That's a real. That's real long for going vegan. Good dairy, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It took, and I will tell anybody that it was not a quick jump to go vegan or any of that stuff. Vegetarian. I did that for years. I used to work at a church. Every Sunday we would go to eat at the banquet center, and they would always ask me. They was like, Asia, what can you eat? What can you eat? What can you eat? And I got so excited about that because I realized that I had been doing my I had been so disciplined for so long that people would just normally want to ask me, "Hey, can what are you eating this week?" Because you already knew what time it is, so you don't have to be like, "Oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that." Like my grandma would ask me like every other week, "Oh, you know chicken?" No, oh, you know chicken. You know, my aunt would be like, "No, Asia doesn't eat anything." You know this, right? But I've gotten to that place that people would automatically know that because I am so disciplined. The best thing about that is when you become disciplined, especially in food, if you can manage your body to deny yourself of the things that everybody else does, right? If you can tell yourself, hey, I just need to be disciplined in this one area, I guarantee your world it'll open so many doors for you because that is one of the most that's one of the hardest things for people to do is to be disciplined in food. If you can discipline yourself in food, you can discipline yourself in so many other areas in your life. It starts with the one that's the most hardest for you, and once you start to overcome that, you can do anything. That's real. Okay, Chris. Okay, you're so skinny. Don't listen to that. About 3.5 months African American. Yeah, a lot of them have intolerance, right? And so, Daniel, once I stopped eating the sugar, I've been, yeah, it's so different. It is so different. That's why I was a little nervous to go back and eat the um the vanilla ice cream the other day. I was like, ice cream? I was like, are you kidding? Are you serious? I was like, you know how good I've been doing? And she's like, wait, they have no added sugar. She's like, I'm sure we can find you something. And so I was like, ah. But I was fine. I actually was fine. And I was like, oh my gosh. Not me being able to eat vanilla ice cream, no sugar added. So that was really cool. And then I had my peanuts on top. The only thing that was missing was like a little bit of banana. Because I do like banana. Almost like a banana split type person, but I don't like all the stuff that they put on banana splits. Like I don't like pineapple with my eyes. That's just weird to me. But yeah. Hello, is it Helcio? Helcio? I love eating steak. Carry power to you. You can have as much steak as you want, honey. You can have as much steak as you want. I would just advise you to make sure that you're doing a parasite cleanse or a detox. But that goes across the board for anybody, whether you're a vegan, whether you're a vegetarian, whether you eat meat. To always be cleansing out your body. If in fact you don't do a parasite cleanse, just a colon cleanse. Just do an enema or a colonic, just to be able to clean out some of that stuff in your system because it gets backed up in there, and those like parasite stuff do so much damage to our bodies. So and then it's inevitable. They're everywhere. You know, they're like gnats, right? They're like bugs. They're everywhere. They're in a lot of our food and stuff, and so just making sure that you are just cleaning your body out, okay? Because they cause a lot of our issues. By the way, too much sugar in your teeth is diabetes. I mean, too much sugar in your teeth is cavities. Too much sugar in your blood is diabetes. Too much sugar in your eyes is glaucoma. Too much sugar on your brain is dementia, okay? So just be mindful of all these things. Hey, Crinkle. Hey, Anthony. Come on, to me it is. I'm not a lollipop. Huh? What are y'all talking about? Hey, David. Powerful preach. Thank you, Governor. Hey, Kyrese. Is that Kyrese? I like that name. Hey, hip hop. What's up, hip hop? Hello, my love. You also make part from community English. Brazil when it came to be a world magic. Oh, okay, hip hop. How you been? Okay, honey and agave are less healthy than table sugar because they're higher fructose to water ratios to make it sweeter because of stress. Agave? Who does agave come from? It doesn't come from a plant? I don't know a lot about agave. You think regular sugar is better? I haven't had agave all year, but that's what I used to do. Did it have fructose in it? I don't think it had no fructose in it. I don't know. I can't call it. I'll trust you though, Daniel. I feel like you know everything. Oh. Okay. It's just weird. I feel like I know you, but never met you. I love when people have free minds and seek information. I do too. I'm a lifelong learner. I will tell you. That's my biggest. I love being a lifelong learner, and I also think that's the in between part of me because I'm a Gemini. I think that's the hesitation for dating is because I am a lifelong learner. Who is going to be the person that I'm going to be able to be with? Are they going to want to learn as much as I'm learning? Or, I don't know. That's what I get hung up at. But I also like to have fun. And air signs are very, you can't box us in. I'm in the phase too. Yeah. It's a beautiful space to be in. The next chapter is right on the heel. We're on the heels of the next chapter because I'm about to be 40. So I know that things are changing, and it's like, okay, we're in that transition phase of what do we want next in our life. But what we want, should it be for the next lifetime, or should it just be just try this out? You know what I mean? Because we've had our past and we've seen how the past worked, and now we're in a space where we can truly decide what it is that we want, truly be engaged in this new era of living where we are free to come and go as we please. Also realizing that a lot of the things that you've done over the past few years or few decades have been stuff that society has wanted for you, right? Like making sure that you get married by a certain time, making sure you have kids by a certain time, doing all these things for a certain time, going to church, being very boom, 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 because that's what society taught you. And then you realize you woke up one day, it was like, nobody is doing these things because they want to do them. They're doing them because they felt conditioned to do them. And they don't really like how they're living. Like if you look at your leaders, if you really study them and look at their backstory, most of them don't love where they're at or don't love what they're doing. And so it makes you pause, right? It makes you pause and think about, like, okay, are we doing this because we want to do this, or are we doing this because we saw everybody else do it? So think about that. When people get in their 50s and they have no filter and they just say anything and everything they want to say, oh, well, it's because they're older. They just say anything. Why can't I do that now? Why do I have to wait till I'm older to do it? Why can't I just do it now? Right? It makes you feel freer, and your soul will thank you for being free and expressing yourself now than waiting until it's bottles up in you until you are seeking, having to go to therapy because you have so much stuff built up inside of you that you have not been able to express, right? Just say it now. If you don't want to do the thing, don't do the thing. If you're people pleasing, stop it. If you don't feel worthy and deserving and have no boundaries, we got to fix that. We got to work on that stuff. Yeah. Are you cold? Pyrie, I am a little chilly. You see me? I'm in my sweater, my YouTube sweater. I got my socks on. I got my socks on. I'm actually in the garage, which is not as chilly tonight as it normally is. Usually the garage, the last couple of nights has been like 40 degrees or so. Tonight I think it's like 60, so it's not terrible. But we are gonna get off here in about, what time is it? 12:49, so about 10 minutes, because I was gonna get off at 12:30, but then we kicked us off, so we hang on. We came back for a little while. Double tap, double tap, double tap that screen. Help us to like this live, and also help us to subscribe. And we're on our journey to 8,000 subscribers. Last I checked, before part one, we were at 7,403 subscribers. So we need a total of 597 more subscribers to go. So we would love for you to join us. By the way, I'm 39 years old if you had not heard. So we would love for you to like and subscribe. If you're a millennial, let us know how old you are so I can shout you out. Shout out to all of our millennials. I love us. You hear me? We have been brought in a very in-between space, like in between old school and new school, in between technology and working 9 to 5s as our parents had done. And so it's a very interesting space to be. We are literally the bridge. We're able to bridge the gap for the ones who have come before us and then all the ones who are behind us. And it's like, what is going on, right? The older generation doesn't necessarily understand why we are on YouTube the way we are, right? They can't fathom it. There's like, my dad's in his 70s and he's like, I don't I don't know what you're doing. Like, why are you not doing a conventional job? And then you have our young people who are like, they don't have they don't care like we used to care in certain areas of, well, honor thy mother and thy father and stuff like that. It's like, we're good. They're they love them, but they're doing what they want to do, and they don't care about right. They're doing what they want to do. They don't care. It's like, well, how could you do that? We could never. I also appreciate that though. You also appreciate the fact that they are living in their truth now, as opposed to waiting till later and having that midlife crisis, if you will, right? Learn how to be selfish earlier and knowing what you want, and then we can work through that. But the way we're working now as millennials is having to decode and work through all the stuff that we've been put through and clean it out. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So that's why we always talk about self here. Like, hey, how are you feeling internally? How are you showing up as your authentic self? What are the things that you like to do? What are the things that you enjoy doing? Those things we need to get back to first before we can begin to build the life that we desire, right? Before we begin to call in that person that we want to date, that we want to be with. It's cuddle season, right? In order to call in the person that's the same vibration as you, that's going to be that long-term person, we have to work on ourselves first. That's a non-negotiable. Oh, you should go into sales. I bet nobody could say no to you. Outside 365, I am in sales actually. I'm in a class for sales right now. I've been practicing since I got in the class back in February, and then it's a pricey class, and so I wasn't able to sustain it, so I had to come off of it. Just got back in it a couple months back, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But it is also it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. You do have to be consistently repetition, consistent repetition. But I agree with you. Once I get really good at it, oh man, I'm gonna be so good. By the way, we do have a merchandise in the chat. Oh, that's right. It ended. So I gotta put it back in the chat. Hold on. So this is our new merchandise. Look at it. I don't know why all the other colors come up first. Hold on. There we go. Okay, look. Look at our new merchandise in the chat. Okay. So it looks kind of like this. It's our logo and it's going to be embroidered. But if you look in the shopping bag, is that Sandy? Hey, Sandy, how are you? AOL CDs. Oh my gosh. Listen, RCS, you going way back. That nostalgia is something serious. It is so serious. Like y'all remember like flash drives? And it's interesting because if you were on a PC computer and you click the save, the icon of the save is literally the floppy disk. That's what I mean, not flash drive, the floppy disk. The floppy disk icon is the save on the PC computer. I think this is fascinating to me. And I was watching a gentleman. I can't remember his name now. I think his name was Fred. But he became a billionaire from floppy disk because apparently he was selling them, and somebody that he came in contact with needed them, and he was like, "We'll take 100,000 of them." And so he was like, "Okay." So that's how he ended up making his wealth, and then he kept growing it from that, from floppy disk. I was like, wow. People make money from all different things. That's why we're reading the Science of Getting Rich, and I would love for you all just to continue with us reading that book, The Science of Getting Rich. You can also download it as a public domain book, so you can download it for free and read it to yourself. But I will also be reading it aloud every night. I already read it for tonight, so you go back and watch the previous live part 1 if you want to listen to the Science of Getting Rich. But we are definitely going to continue in this series, and November is usually stewardship month. At least it was when I was in church. So we're going to continue on that wavelength, and we'll continue reading The Science of Getting Rich from a different perspective. Okay, it's still a book that talks about God and stuff. It just talks about it from a more of a logical standpoint, from a universal law standpoint, I should say. From a universal law standpoint. Definitely remember about floppy disks. Remember instant. Yeah. Remember chat rooms? ASL, man. ASL. Child. Oh my gosh. Right? Remember Take Me Back to Saturday Mornings? Dare. I don't even know if people have Dare anymore. Drug. What did A stand for? Drug. Something resistance education. Remember y'all remember Superstars? Like for math, Superstars. Outside, I'm not married. No, I'm single. That's why I'm excited that I have that I'm on this channel, because I joke and I tell the guys. I used to tell them that I don't have a brother. I don't have any uncles or anything like that. So this is like the most conversations that I normally talk with guys. I was like, wait a minute, this is interesting. I was like, I didn't realize how different y'all are from us. Oh my gosh. Um, Book it. Yeah, book it. You remember book it? Listen. All that. Hey, no name. There's so many things, right? The you know, going and using the pencil sharpener and sharpening the pencil. It was like this big, just all the kind of stuff that the really awful erasers that would mess up your paper. I used to love my mechanical pencils. I mean, I guess I'm still still have mechanical pencils, but just all kinds of stuff. We used to make our little origami, have our um, little bracelets we used to make. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff. We would write notes and pass them in class, right? Because we didn't have cell phones back then. So we had, actual notes. We folded up and stuff. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Hmm. Now kids are always on their tablets. They don't go outside like that. We used to be, can we please go outside and play with our friends? Can we please go outside? Please. He was like, I'm like, why? Listen, can you ask your mom if I can stay the night, right? Oh my gosh. Dwayne, I'm 39. 39. I'm in Florida. Oh, we got 1 minute. We gotta wrap this up. I gotta go to bed. Cause we gotta get these kids up and ready for school. I do not have children. I am not married. I am single, and I am in Florida. And I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my silliness. Okay. Do you even work? I do work. I'm a project manager. So I'm a certified project manager. I worked very hard to get that degree. However, I do not use it. Which is interesting because that's what I tell people. Most people go to school, graduate, and don't do the degree. I did graduate in this degree of broadcast journalism, but I did go back to school because I wanted to do something else. And I got my project management certification from a technical school, and that actually it's a very good job if you like 9 to 5s. If you like paperwork and left brainer stuff. I'm not a left brainer. I don't like that stuff. I'm very artistic. I don't like spreadsheets and stuff like that, so it just felt very daunting to me. However, I am a project manager, but I specialize in marketing and consulting for concerts and events. We have a concert coming up in a few weeks, anywhere from 2,000 to 6,000 people. So that's my area of expertise. I've been doing that for several years. I came out working for Tyler Perry. I did a 5 month run of his play. What is it? Hell Hath No Fury, Like a Woman Scorned, and toured up and down the East Coast. And so that's kind of how I got my start into that space. I worked at PBS for a year, and then I started doing plays and I started doing all that stuff. And then when I came back, I went back to working at a church, and then I realized that kind of wasn't the route that I wanted to go after I felt like something was missing. I spent a lot of time at church. I did a lot of stuff at church. And I just felt like I couldn't hear from God in the way that other people could. And it just didn't, something just never really sat quite right with the what I was learning and the way I was feeling. And it wasn't until I actually stepped away from church that I actually was able to hear God in the way that I know it was Him. Right? And we go back and forth on that in the channel. A lot of people ask me, am I Christian? Do I believe in Jesus and stuff? I was like, boy, more than you know, because now the way I talk to God is so completely different. And the things that I'm learning, the things that I'm experiencing, and the algorithm keeps putting it back in my face, keeps showing me more and more things that let me know that I'm on the right path, that I'm going the right way. And all the things that I was learning that I had heard that weren't quite adding up. Now I know why they weren't adding up. So I tell people, if they ask me, no, I'm not Christian, I'm spiritual, and I'm more into Christ consciousness now. And at some point within our reading, we'll go over some of the books, like the Book of Enoch, the Book of Thomas, and some other ones like that, just to kind of give people a different perspective. I never want you to completely just take everything I say at face value. I would love for you to do your own research, right? Do as I've done. I've read some things, I've come across some things. I don't consider myself an expert. I know people say that, but there's so much stuff to learn. There's so much stuff to learn and explore. And the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know, because you can go so far deep in this stuff. And every day I'm pulling back a different layer. I'm pulling back a different layer, and I'm being exposed to so many different things that it's hard for me to say that I'm an expert, because I've seen and heard so many different things. I don't even feel like I've touched the surface. Like, I will joke and I say, hey, I like meaningful conversation. I don't want to be in the kiddie pool. But in terms of the knowledge and how much stuff is out there between different text, different books, our level of awareness, like how much can I fit in my brain, and then knowing that every country that you listen to has a different version of what we're learning here, as well as spiritual has a meaning to it, and a different way of learning. Science has a different way of learning. Then you have like Chinese medicine and stuff, Hindu religion with yoga, and they tell you all the things about your body that you are not aware of. And then you have, of course, you have the Bible, and it tells you different things. So I'm like, there are so many different vast areas. Where to start, where to end, where to go. So that's why I don't consider myself an expert. I do feel like I have knowledge in a lot of areas. But man, it's so good. It's so, so good. And so you would have to constant repetition to get really good at something. So there's plenty of stuff out there. So my goal here is always just to give you the information and to give you a different perspective than what you have learned in the past. And by doing that, fingers crossed, hopefully, you will be able to make your own judgments and stuff, because there's a lot out there, right? There's a lot out there. I'm really gonna call Daryl. I'm not calling. Why am I calling? Why am I calling? Why am I calling? You know how many people have asked me to call them? Huh? I have almost 8,000 subscribers, Daryl. I would be on the phone all day. Oh, it's late. It's late. It's late. To be fair, outside now. Excuse me. Reese, good night. Leave your single show. Outside, we're different than when we were, though. Not that I've changed a lot. I've always been bubbly. I've always been friendly. The knowledge now is completely different than it was before. The last 3.5 years have been mind-boggling, like very different from where I was. Women are always changing. Women are always evolving. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, hey, Michelle. I'm a very different man. I'm sure you are. I'm attracting all kinds of people on this live stream. I cannot see your face. I can only see what you say. You said I'm interested, but that doesn't mean anything to me, because you're not here every night for me to really know who you are. You would really need to be very present in our day-to-day communications over here. Hey, JR Smooth. You get your new paycheck. Hey, okay. Congratulations, JR Smooth. Hey, Devin. Thank you, Garth. Mm-hmm. Double tap, double tap, double tap that screen. Help us to like this live. Give me 8,000 reasons. You have to show up, Daryl. If you want attention, you're going to have to show up. That's what works, right? Showing up and being consistent and letting people know who you are. Not popping in every now and then and saying, "You didn't call me yet." That doesn't work. It doesn't work over here. Hello, Gladio. What are some of your YouTube goals to get to 8,000 subscribers? 8,000 subscribers, ideally 10K by the end of the year. My goal would also be to be able to get the first payout from YouTube, because it's just sitting in never ever land right now. So everything that I've received thus far is close to we've done about $1,000 just sitting in the YouTube sphere. So we would like to get that, and to grow this channel to 1 million subscribers. I would like to, there's a lot of things I would like to do. Probably have about 3 more channels, 2 or 3 more channels to sprout out from. Yeah, we got some goals, some sponsorships, to be able to grow the merch. I just created another merch, like this. It's in the shopping bag. So yeah, I got several. If America has 50% unemployment, what's that thing? What do I think happens? You tell me, Brandon. What do you think is gonna happen? Nils, most of us wear masks every single day and they don't realize that they're wearing one, because most of us live lives that we don't even we don't enjoy. You just do the same thing over and over again and wondering why you don't like your life. Most of us are living in our comfort zone and it's not very comfortable. So when you say Halloween is the only day without wearing a mask, you might be right, because listen, a lot of people keep theirs on all year long and don't even know it. Yeah, these 10K first. I have to get to 10K, what, to get to 1 million? Somebody asked me what my goals are. I'm just saying what my goals are. But you can get a viral video and grow like that. However, one of the reasons why I did start this channel, why I started going live, not because I started a channel, but one of the reasons why I started going live was because I had a viral video. And my viral video gained me over 3,000 subscribers. What I didn't realize is that even though you have a viral video that gained you a lot of subscribers, that doesn't mean that they are going to be your community or your tribe, because they joined for that one video. That video was my grandmother, and I'm not, my grandmother's 92, so the people who joined and followed me are in their 60s and above, because they loved the video of my grandmother. And I was like, that's not me though. So I said I wanted more people who knew who I was to balance out. And so now we're at close to 7,400 subscribers, which means we're probably at that balance now, where half of the subscribers are mine, half the subscribers are from that viral video. So I do tell people, if you do want to go viral, make sure you're understanding why you're going viral and what you're looking to do. Are you looking just for virality? Are you trying to get sponsorships? Are you trying to get an audience who is going to be able to go and grow with you, what are you looking for? Because if you know what you're looking for, you can tailor your message to that. If not, you may be able to get a lot of views and a lot of subscribers, but if you have no reason to hold them, they're not going to just stay. They're not going to just stay with you just to stay. They're going to need something in the interim to keep their attention. Mm. Thank you, hip hop. Hey, Mr. Mick. Do you convert your lives to podcasts like an Apple? Oh, Governor, that sounds like a good idea. I don't even know who would I get to do that. I think our lives are so long though. I would definitely want to chop them up. Definitely want to chop them up. All right, let me get off here. As always, my name is Aysia Smiles. We go live each and every evening around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. The current time is 1:14 a.m. It has been. Thank you, Garth. She is a young spring bride chicken of 92, right? Yeah, she's vibrant and she's bubbly. Um, so as always, my name is Aysia Smiles. We go live each and every evening around 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. The current time is 1:15 a.m. We would love for you to double tap that screen. Also like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time we go live. Now, keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. Dreams come true, not free. You just need a little bit of elbow grease. I love you. 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 And there's nothing you can do about it. Yes, I'm still on and I'm about to go RCS. Love you too, Garth. All right. Your homework is always the same. Tell yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you in the mirror every single day. Okay. For 1 minute. It may feel weird. It may feel cringy. It may even make you cry. That's okay. Do it anyway. All work works. It either works on you or it works for you, but it works. Okay. If in fact you don't want to do that one, I just was listening to Bob Proctor and I want you to do this one as well. This affirmation, okay? I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis, okay? All right. I will see you all tomorrow. And we'll do this again. We'll continue with our universal laws. And I'm going to pull up something else for you. Okay? But I'll keep that a secret for now. All right. Love you. Goodbye.